Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. Star Citizen Alpha 3.11.0C is out, and it looks like 3.11.1 has gone to the Eva Carti. We've also now seen a lot of what Cloud Imperium are working on for Q4 of this year, for 3.12 and beyond. This is a summary of Inside Star Citizen, Sweet Child of Mine. They're giving various ship cockpits a lighting pass, trying to improve the look and reduce the resource cost of lights in there. After they've got that done, they're going to be working on individual buttons and interactivity for cockpits, and looking at different power states of the ship. Expect a very immersive interactive experience. The 600i was a massive resource hog when it came to lighting, and they've given it some love and reduced its lighting footprint across the whole ship by a factor of 10, while adding some runtime probes for accurate dynamic lighting. I believe that the 600i is going to be getting a bit more love in the future. They are going to be tweaking that ship a little. Weapons concept teams have been completing a sprint on the taser, the Preacher Taser Electron Pistol. Also, they showed off a Cure Life med gun. This is a healing beam weapon for treating players and NPCs. So this is going to be part of the medical gameplay. I suspect we'll start seeing this in the middle of 2021. They are updating the chaff effects as part of the missile gameplay updates. They want to have a very separate look for chaff compared to flak weapons. So we're going to have big flak cannons and weapons on capital ships and space stations, which they are also currently working on. I swear that if I can get even a 100th of a Battlestar Galactica type fight, I'm going to be a very happy board gamer. The idea of big old flat cannons shooting off to try and repel fighters and deal with torpedoes and things is pretty appealing. Fire propagation has moved into a visual target testing phase. They are seeing what's possible for fire and how it spreads with their current tech, and what needs to be improved and changed. They're going to be making sure that different surfaces and sort of materials give off different smoke and flames and all that sort of jazz. They are working on the refinery deck interfaces, which will be coming online with 3.12 and, well, refinery decks. So the teams have moved off cargo decks and they've moved onto refinery decks. They're making sure these areas have an industrial feel. They've started adding more soft body elements like insulation around piping. Derelicts have been getting some visual improvements, making them look more like derelicts internally. This is sort of one of the little things they do while they're waiting for other bottlenecks and other tech and bits of the game to be done, so they can sort of like push on those while they're waiting. They work on more minor things or stuff as part of their technical debt. They try and clear out, and making derelicts look better and more like derelicts. Well, that was one of those things. They've moved on to white boxing the locations for ship-to-ship docking and docking collars. You're going to see on stations by where the cargo pods for the cargo decks are, potentially these sort of like docking collars coming out. They don't want to make stations super long and super massive, sort of like keep on expanding them out like lengthways, horizontally or vertically or anything. What they're going to try and do here is have a station that when you look out a window, you see a lot going on. So they're going to have these sort of docking collars in lots of locations, and they're going to be set around stations so that you don't have to run around for miles, and you don't have to go to the very, very edge of a station to get onto one of these docking collars and dock your ship there. So they're working on where to place those docking collars and the sort of like areas that will hold the docking collars in the first place at the moment to meet those objectives currently. Cargo is getting expanded out with various new volatile and dangerous haulerballs. These are a little different from Quantanium though, so they have sort of like more focused mechanics based on the type. So you'll have some that look like potentially boom booms. It sounds like if you get knocked too hard or you just take some damage, they could just go boom and just literally explode. Others will be time sensitive, so if you don't get them there in time, maybe they could explode, but I think it's more sort of like they're just not worth anything at all if you don't get them there in time. There's also something that was said about quantum sensitive cargo, and that sounds weird to me. That suggests to me that you might not want to quantum travel, or maybe you're supposed to just quantum travel a lot less. But are we going to see haulers moving at standard speeds to deliver items? Maybe it's just short, very short haul sort of travel within the same planetary system. That's still going to take a long time. And with 30Ks and server disconnects and instability, that just sounds maddening. I'll be interested to see exactly what they've got planned for that. we had quite a lot of information on new UIs for mining, so they're trying to make the mining UI better. They've had all these building blocks UI tools now that allow them to do a lot of this stuff into a more final version, and now they're able to convey a lot more information much more easily for the mining mechanics, and this is coming with Alpha 3.12. So the new UI shows the minables in your cargo area and the breakdown of that cargo in real time. It also will show active modules and consumables along with activation timers for them, and a streamlined HUD with your laser intensity, charge level, composition of asteroid and rock, all in the center of the screen or closer to the center of the screen. Also, you're going to have a good amount of flight information now on the mining screen, so you'll be able to see your thrust, velocity, max speed, g-forces. Are you using cruise control? What flight mode are you in? This is insanely useful and will hopefully make sure that people don't ram into things. One of the major improvements here is readability at a glance. They say it's for better brightness as well, whether that's a reference to dynamic brightness being in for here, or they're just sort of placing the elements around the HUD so that it doesn't matter if one area of your screen's particularly bright, you can still see the HUD. That remains to be seen. We'll have to wait and see. We know they're sort of are doing some dynamic brightness for HUDs. You're also going to be able to see any volatile ores like Quantanium clearly marked in red on the mineable scan results. So you're going to go, this rock contains Quantanium. That is dangerous cargo. But also, when it's in your cargo bay, it will also be displayed in red, but with a critical timer and the current stability of that or any volatile substances that you've got in your cargo hold, and you'll be able to jettison that, and you actually get feedback when you've jettisoned that. It will say on the cargo manifest, it's been jettisoned, so, you know, be careful, try not to take bumps. Be aware. They've also been working on new manufacturer-themed HUDs for ships. They said we're going to start to see that next week. I would expect to see the Gladius with that first. That's what they said they were working on. And that's sort of it for Inside Star Citizen. I'm very much looking forward to see those changes. Expect to see some more information coming out about the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo in the next couple of weeks. And as soon as I can share anything from the 3.11.1 build, I will. I'd love to know what you think. Are you excited for 3.12? Do you think the 3.11.1 build could at some point have the Mercury Star Runner in it? Or do you think Cloud Imperium are going to keep us waiting until the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo to see it? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Remember as well to comment on any of my videos during October to be in for a chance of winning a Mercury Star Runner. Consider becoming a YouTube member via the join button down below. Like, subscribe, all that jazz as well. And if you are considering getting a VPN, I use NordVPN. It helps with protection, security, anonymity, that was a longer word than I had intended to say, and now it's out there in the ether. But also it helps with accessibility of the internet and, you know, protecting you from evil warlocks that want to steal all your data and sell it to, I don't know, KGB or something. Use the links below for discounts and deals and all that sort of jazz. Thanks for watching, guys. You take care, and I'll see you in the verse.